actual physical building, but he was talking about the body itself.
Amen. You have the same answer. Okay. So that was their misunderstanding. Because how old was the temple? How long? If we remember reading how the temple that they thought he was talking about was the what?
The building, and it took them 46 years to build it, and they didn't understand how he was going to rebuild it in 3 days.
That's right. They thought he was talking about the temple, the church itself, and she's correct. It took them 40. They were saying to him, well, we can't understand. That was the misunderstanding, because they can't never understand spiritual things. It was a misunderstanding. They said, I don't understand. If this temple took 46 years for it to be built, how are you going to knock it down in a day and bring it back up in 3 days? How are you going to do that? So that was the misunderstanding, because he was not talking about the building. He was talking about what? What happened in a day, and in 3 days, what happened? What happened? Somebody tell me, David, what happened? What happened with the body in a day? Okay, when Jesus told them that, they said, give me a sign. And he said to the Jewish people, I'm going to tear the temple down, and in 3 days, it's going to be rebuilt. What was he talking about? Okay, the spiritual body. He was talking about his body. You remember how Jesus died? He died. And then on the 3rd day, he rose again. So he was talking about his body. That he was going to die and then rise back again in 3 days. Have you ever heard that before? Well, that's what he was telling them. See, they were talking about, the misunderstanding was that he was telling them that he was going to die and in 3 days he'd rise again. They asked him for a sign, so he was telling them what was going to happen, but they weren't catching it. So they were trying to say, well, who do you think you are to tell me that we ought to turn over the money tables and we shouldn't sell them in the church? They asked, who do you think you are? So they asked for a sign. So he was giving them a sign, but they were so stupid they didn't understand what he was saying. They said, show me a sign that you're God. That's what they were saying. A Messiah means God. They said, show me a sign that you're the Messiah. So he told them, when the temple gets torn down, it'll be risen again in 3 days. That was what he